Hey guys, it's Dale Calvert. I want to respond personally to Nicole here. I appreciate her insights and her communication. And really, the only reason I'm taking the time to do this, and the only reason I'm really spending any time with in this anti MLM world is because of what she said here. She said, I'm not completely anti MLM, but I'm mostly against it. And I think if you have a really great product, you can still treat people with kindness and you don't need all the extra scamminess. I 1000% agree with that. Uh, and that's really been my point for many, many years. Since 1999, when I first came out with the MLM as a scam audio cassette, that was really what I was trying to communicate. Guys, we have a great system in place, 3 to 5 years, focused effort to financial independence. We don't need to muck it up. And we've definitely, as a profession, really, really mucked it up without question. But I appreciated her response and the logic. And I understand she sees network marketing through the world in which she sees it with understanding. But I wanted to address this and just reply to her personally because, Nicole, sincerely, I appreciate your comments. She says, number one, not here to spread hate, but I have a few things to say regarding what you're saying. Number one, real estate is a service-based industry. It is reliant upon investing your time, energy, money, and education, just like most career fields, depending on what type of real estate you want to do. You're basically always serving a client, and the big number that you see that a house goes for, you have to pay taxes, put money to the side in case you don't sell a house in a certain time frame, etc. This is not a scam. This is someone's chosen career field and livelihood. And not everyone is meant to be in real estate, just like everyone isn't meant to be a musician. There are different personality skill sets that make someone a success. 1000% agree. And my point is, people get involved in real estate, they go to school, they get their education, they never sell their first house. Does that make real estate a scam? Of course not. People get involved in the insurance business. They go to school, they get their license, they never sell their first policy. Does that make insurance a scam? Of course not. If I'm a real estate broker and I hire 12 agents and 6 of them fail and 6 of them succeed, is that on me or is it on them? So again, I look at network marketing and building teams exactly like people would look at real estate or insurance. So I think basically we're on the same page there. Number two, MLMs, you can sign up under anybody. I can work from my phone anywhere. And just because I'm good at taking photos, I'd be great at what they do. I 1000% disagree. And I understand, and that's why I say, if you join network marketing after 2020, there's nothing that has been more detrimental to network marketing than social media. Nothing. And I saw it coming. I wrote a book about this. I don't know if it's still online or not. I know you can get it at Barnes and Noble. Because I saw this whole trend where they started telling people all you have to do is go on social media and post 5 times a day and do this and do that, and you can build a network marketing team. And the reality is 97% of the people cannot do that. And I wrote a book about it. It's been at least 10 years ago. This is the book, The 7 Lies of Attraction Marketing. And I was trying to warn people, look, it takes a lot more than just posting on social media. And it's not about true network marketing. It's not about creating followers. It's about developing leaders. You know, Brian Tracy told us years ago in a quote, real leaders don't develop followers, they develop other leaders. And that's the essence of the network marketing business model. And again, nobody's teaching that. Nobody's taught it. You got all these self-proclaimed gurus teaching people to, years ago, it was like you have to have a blog if you want to be perceived to be a network marketing professional. And my point was, who wants to be perceived to be? You either are or you're not. You either have the skill sets and the mindsets to help people and build a team, or you don't. And again, I've written about this stuff for years. So the perception that you build everything on social media from posting pictures is just not true. Yes, 3% of the population are able to do that and have done that, but it's not going to duplicate for the average person with above average desire. That's the secret to this business. You have to be able to take, I talk about 70% of the people are going to fail. They'll fail in network marketing. They're going to fail in most entrepreneurial endeavors that they try because they simply don't have the skill sets and mindsets to do it, and they don't want to develop them. That's just reality. 70% of the population, I don't care if we're talking about real estate, insurance, what we're talking about, 70%. And so and 3% are going to do it, just get out of their way, they're going to go do it. And that's on social media or however. I mean, before the internet, 3% would do it. My focus, my entire career is how do I take the 27% and help them build, because I was a 27%er when I started. So again, I've talked about this in multiple books over the years. This is another book. This was written 15 years ago. And so again, I'm not just trying to say what I say, I've been communicating and teaching for many years. I've got this recording going, so my internet's running slow. But I'll show you here. If I go Dale Calvert, MLM Masses, there it is right there. This was written 15 years ago. Why the masses of network marketers are frustrated, confused, and don't have a clue what they're doing. It was actually written in 1997. And that's where I first introduced the concept of 70%, 3%, 27%. And it's more valid and more important today than when I wrote the booklet. It just is. And again, most people have no concept of what that means or what I'm even trying to communicate or talk about. So let me continue here. It's not about social media. There's a lot more to it than that. The internet is an addition to the proven systems, concepts, ideas on which the profession was founded and on which created momentum within the profession. It's not a replacement for, which again, Jessica obviously has no concept of anything beyond social media. And a lot of people don't. And that's been the biggest downfall of this profession. She continues, Nicole, sounds great, right? Unless you're a newly-wed military wife with no extra money, or if you're someone who is a mother of two who wants to lose weight but can't leave their full-time job. But if you don't produce more sales, more of this, more of that, we're going to get yelled at on Zoom calls. It promotes hustle culture, and just as bad corporations do, and blames you completely when something doesn't go right. That sounds like you've had personal experience. I don't know, but you can ask anybody that I've worked with ever, and they will tell you that if there's one thing that I've preached 1,000 times, that I understand that my success is in direct proportion to the number of leaders that are developed on my team. So I can't imagine screaming at somebody on a corporate call or a Zoom call for not selling more products. Anybody that's ever worked with me, they've heard 1,000 times that you should never have to do more volume than whatever your monthly PV requirement is. And your monthly PV requirement should be taken care of with customers. That's the philosophy. That's what we teach. So if your monthly PV requirement is $100, then and your average customer orders $50, and I'm talking retail customers, literally retail customers, not wholesale members. Which, yes, there are companies that you create retail customers with, which I know some of this is just foreign because nobody's talking about it. I understand, but again, I'm anti MLM. I've watched it go right down the hill. I have. So if you have 12 customers, they each order $50, then that will give you a total BV of $600. $50 times 12. If your BV requirement is 100 or 200 a month, then you're covered through your retail customers. And that's the first go when you join a company, is get your monthly BV covered. Now, you do want to order product and be a product of the product, but people in the podcast I just did on altruistic MLM, I said in that podcast, at any time, if you are encouraging people to order more product than they need to qualify for their monthly BV, you are doing it wrong. It's in that podcast. You can listen and hear it. Again, so a lot of things that are happening in this profession, I'm not saying they're not happening. I'm saying they never happened with me, and they never will, and they haven't happened with our organization. And the leaders that I hang out with are repulsed by it as much as the anti-MLM community. Let me continue. They're trying to recruit and sell to everyone. One of the things they teach in business is that everyone and their mama is not your target audience. Agree 1,000%. 70% of the people you do not want in your business. If you ask any of the people that I've recruited in the last 12 months, most of them would say that I qualified them to join my team. And there's been dozens of people that I've told, I just don't think this is the right opportunity for you right now. Back in the day, 20 years ago, I would say, look, based upon what you've told me, I don't think this is the right opportunity for you, but I'm going to send you a book. And after you get the book, read it, and then we can talk about it. And I would buy cases of the Magic of Thinking Big book. And I would send that book out and with a note and say, read this book. Appreciate you responding to our newspaper ad or whatever we were doing, our direct mail piece. Read this book and then send it back to me if you'd like to be reconsidered for our team. And I sent out over the years 200 of those easily. I had one person ever read the book and called me back. So again, I've said 1,000 times, it's just as important to get rid of the wrong people as it is to keep the right people. And the real way you become successful is don't recruit the wrong people to start with. So that's where I come from. So it's all about being scammy. It's the fact that you won't open your mind that MLMs now are more unethical than when you were in, because your business model relies on the success of the MLM model. You still won't listen to what these girls have to say. You're only here to respond and keep close to what you know, which makes what you're saying small-minded. Nicole, you totally don't know what you're talking about there. I appreciate that that's what you believe, but it's just not true. It's not true. First of all, I don't need network marketing support services to live a very comfortable life. I've always taught that you've never made it in network marketing until you don't need your check from your company to live a comfortable lifestyle. That's what we've taught. That's what we teach. That's what we preach. Uh, I retired the first time from building teams when I was 39 years old. I made over $10 million my last 5 years before I retired. And again, I've invested well over the years in real estate and tax lien certificates and some stocks and bonds. And I've been in crypto since 2017. And I could go on and on. I'm not going to. But so your assumption here is 1000% wrong. I do not need to sell training courses in the least to live a very comfortable life. My wife and I and 13 outsourcers and independent contractors, we operate 4 different businesses. Network marketing support services is just one of those. Plus, I'll put a video you can, yeah, so it's not true. Number 3, I'm not completely anti-MLM, but I'm mostly against it. And I think if you have a really great product, you can still treat people with kindness and you don't need all the extra scamminess. 1000% agree. I've seen plenty of people in business who love their community be successful without all the scamminess. I agree. And again, don't tell the anti-MLM crowd that, because no, it's no. They cannot accept that is even a possibility. But it's true. I've only just started fully educating myself on MLMs, and I was lucky. I said no every time I was approached, but some people I know unfortunately didn't, and they probably got involved with the wrong company, wrong team culture at the wrong time in history. And again, that's something else that the anti-MLM world can't accept, that there's really opportunities today and there's teams today that if you get plugged in and you learn the systems and you treat people right and you're honest, that you can build financial independence in 3 to 5 years. I mean, I'm involved in one right now. I believe this year will take 100 people minimum from zero to $50,000 in income their first month with virtually no risk. Okay, they're out there if you know what you're looking for. Most people don't have a clue what they're looking for. They reply to somebody's social media picture and they get involved with the wrong people, wrong company, wrong time in history, wrong upline, wrong support. Okay, then it's not, I want to finish this up. It's not a crime to change your mind on what served you once. It's no longer serving you. It is not about a bad experience. It's not about how successful or unsuccessful someone was. I agree in general in life. Jessica saw something wrong, felt wrong about it, and now she's speaking out about it and hoping to help people who may have similar experiences. If nothing was wrong, why are there so many speaking out? This is the way change works. And I appreciate that thought, but I disagree. The more I get into her content, she talks about all the dishonest things that she did, like she was forced to do it. And the example I gave her the first time we talked was, my mom always told me, if your friend told you to jump off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? And I heard that my whole life. Just because other people are being dishonest does not mean you have to be dishonest. That's a choice that people make. And as far as serving me well at one time, I mean, I don't, and again, Jessica didn't know, and I've already did another video where I set her straight on this. But I joined a company in throughout 2021. Um, there's 252,000 distributors in the company. It just came to the United States and launched. And I'm not going to get into all the reasons why we joined or why the product was unique or the comp plan or any of that. I'll put a video in. But I was in the top 10 recruiting in that company 4 of my first 10 months. And then I had COVID and it kind of wiped me out for a little while and still have some residual effects from that. But so I'm in the middle of it. I'm building right now. And again, pros pivot and pros pivot. And as I said, this year, 2022, we will help 100 people create $50,000 plus income. I believe that with everything within me because I know what I'm doing. I know what the product is. It's the most unique product I've seen in 40 years in this profession. Everybody wants it, and the market is very curious. So if you find the right opportunity, the right team, right time, the upside potential is unlimited. Number 4, MLMs are not small business. Small business is defined as a privately owned, blah, blah, blah. They work for their MLM, not their business. They're independent contractors. Okay, when you complete your 1099, you, as a home-based business, you receive every tax deduction that the pizza parlor down the street does. So they are small business from a government standpoint, from a tax regulation standpoint. And again, this is just a minute detail. It doesn't matter one way or other. I don't care whether you think it's a small business or not. But I can tell you when I built an organization that did over $30 million in wholesale business in a year, and I've got over 200 six-figure earners on my team and over 60,000 distributors. I'm running a small business. It's a small business. So again, it's apples or oranges. You can see it however you want to see it. It doesn't matter. Number 5, use Jessica's content as an example. She also allowed to use content. She's also allowed to use content as an example. It's okay to admit you don't fully understand what MLMs are doing today. See, that's because you listen to her instead of doing your own research and figuring out who's she talking to, who is this guy. So you just listened to her and assumed that everything that she was saying was truthful, and none of it was. It was a joke. So, but I wouldn't be blindly standing behind a business model that I didn't fully believe in. I'm confused as why you are, and I appreciate that. I love the profession. I despise what it's become. It changed my life. Since 1999, I, more than anybody, have been speaking out against the predatory practices that were happening in MLM. Again, you can go to MLM Scam numeral 2, MLMscam2.com, and there's a whole training there. I am disliked big time by the good old boys and girls network and network marketing. So it's not from a business standpoint necessarily, even though I sincerely believe that what I'm involved in at this moment is the best thing I've seen in 40 years, sincerely. But I've had gaps 8-10 years where I've still been involved in the profession, still speaking, doing keynotes for different companies around the world. because I believe in the fundamental concept of network marketing. I believe it's the best personal development program in the world. I do. Uh, it changed my life. I don't know where my life would have ended up if it hadn't been for the network marketing business model. So it's a mission for me. It's not just about making money. Once you get to a certain level, you don't money's the least of your worries. The people that are worried about money are the ones that don't have enough to pay their electric bill. Okay, but if you do network marketing right, you take care of your money, you invest in income generating assets, and understand, which everybody I've ever worked with understands, you have not made it in network marketing until you don't need the check from your company to live a comfortable lifestyle. So I hope that answered that. If you vocalized MLMs are designed for you to fail, wouldn't you want to find a model that worked for a specific different niche of your choosing, one you love, and be able to foster a community around that without all the MLM headaches? That's a great question. And I appreciate it. And for 10, 15 years, I coasted. Um, you know, and I have another niche, onlineauctionu.com. My wife is the biggest Hallmark ornament resellers, one of the biggest in the United States. We travel, like we flew into Florida and rented a U-Haul, and this lady had a whole garage full of Hallmark ornaments she had collected for years, and we bought her whole collection. Uh, you know, flew into Florida, got an Uber, drove to her condo, filled after we rented a U-Haul, filled the U-Haul up with all these ornaments and came back and put them in the warehouse. So we have multiple businesses that we love, that we enjoy. But the reality of it is, who profits from it? Just us. Just us. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we have multiple businesses that we operate, uh, and they're fine. But I think maybe once you get older, and I'll just tell you, probably I coasted for years, 15 years. We doing businesses we enjoy. We don't have to deal with network marketers at the level that I am today. We don't have to deal with people, and it was awesome. And my wife prefers that lifestyle, and I respect that. But I had 4 stents. I had a heart attack about 6 years ago, and I had 4 stents put in, and it makes you really think about your life, how you've lived it, where you want to do, where you want to go. And it was at that time that I came to the conclusion the way that I can have the most impact on the most people, without question, is through the network marketing business model. And that's when we started our podcast 5 or 6, 7 years ago. And I remember coming downstairs and telling my wife, "You aren't going to believe this, but I'm really going to devote some serious time, energy, effort, and thought back into the network marketing profession." And she thought I was crazy. But so again, a lot of this is a mission for me. It just sincerely is. I don't know what else to say, because of people like you who see it but kind of don't see it and are leery of it, which you should be. But see, I know in my heart and soul there's no better profession in the world, but it's also very, very screwed up. And you can thank Ray Higdon and a lot of the social media, people that their whole focus has been telling people what they want to hear so they can sell them what they want to sell them. And that's just the truth. So anyway, if you vocalize MLMs are designed for you to fail, they are not. And I did another video on that. I've already covered that. It's ridiculous. It's not true. It's 1,000% not true. They're not designed to fail. And I'll put the link below this video. They're not. And anybody that tells you that doesn't have a clue what they're talking about. they don't get it. It's not true. Your long-term income is in direct proportion to the number of leaders who develop leadership income on your team. Zig Ziglar told us you can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. That's how real network marketing teams are built. My suggestion is to educate yourself before you blindly respond. I wish you hadn't said that, because you should know better. But again, if all you did was listen to Jessica, then I understand why you said that. Watching 1 to 3 videos isn't enough. I agree. And listening to these stories, keeping an open mind, researching for the sake of people signing up to take your trainings, etc. Again, I have no desire to network marketing support services is something it's a labor of love. It's not something that I focus on at all in any way. I have like my Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy. I've got a waiting list for that since the day it launched. I don't think I'll ever accept any more members, because if I can find the right company where the stars lined up, my focus needs to be spent there. So again, that is a perception Jessica has had that's just not true. So anyway, I just wanted to respond to you because I think you probably represent many more people out there that Nicole, and I hope that I've answered questions satisfactory. And it's worth investigating, and it's worth, let me see if I can pull up one, or I might forget. Let me see if I can pull this up for you, because this is a good place to start if you really want to understand what's going on today and what it really takes today to build something substantial that will actually duplicate over the long haul, that the 27 percenters can do. If you go to MLMsuccess.com / I think it's 3- stars. That might not be it. No. Let's go to the blog here. Here it is. Behind the MLM curtain, 3 secrets you will not learn anywhere else ever. And that's true. And this video here will be a really good place to start from a valuation standpoint. Then regarding what I'm doing now, if you go to MLMhelp.com / WP-admin. See, the reality is, no, that's not it. MLMhelp.com, and click on blog. And right here, the #1 best online business to enter in 2022, period. And that article will share with you. And it will also share with you exactly how to evaluate a company. What do you look for? How old should it be? What, it'll give you a really, really good understanding of how to really seriously, from a business perspective, evaluate network marketing opportunities. Again, that's MLMhelp.com, the best online business to enter in 2022, period. And there's some more resources here, like the road to 10,000 a month is good. This is really good. The lost secret to network marketing success, how to restart your network marketing career. There's some good stuff here as well. And I just hope you'll take some time and really evaluate this profession, because I've never seen anything like it. Granted, we got all kinds of problems. And it's not like I haven't been speaking.
Hi, my name is Dale Calvert. I'd like to welcome you to
Again, 7 Lies of Attraction Marketing.
This is kind of the base camp for Network Marketing Support Services, which is our company. I want to welcome you. I'm glad you're here. I want to let you know that wherever you're here, whatever you're looking for, we can help you. If you want to create more customers for your product or service, if you want to learn how to build your team, if you want to learn how to move your team forward, if you want to learn what to do when team members get in a slump and how do I get them out of the slump, if you want to learn how to create leads, whatever you're looking for, I promise you this information's here, and we offer more free of charge than what you'll pay for
instead of
on
just
99%
attracting a lot of people that like watching me
sites
instead of
out
cat
there.
videos on
Now, the
YouTube.
first thing you should probably
That's what
ask
that's
yourself
about. So again,
is
what
who
I'm
is this
speaking,
person
I
and why should
believe,
I be
I
listening to
taught,
them? And I could give you the long background and story and spiel, but you can learn that
because it's
online
based upon
anywhere.
wisdom of the ages
I've been around
principles,
since
not
1980. I joined my
shortcuts.
first network marketing company. My sponsor quit 2 weeks.
A few years ago, you probably remember, everybody was saying you have to have a blog if you want to become successful, and you had Ray Higdon and all the gurus, self-proclaimed gurus, selling this blog affiliate program to everybody that would listen. And whenever that was going on, I did this video and did a whole article about it, why blogging is a waste of time for 99% of network marketers. I mean, I could have joined the affiliate program and just joined it and started selling it, made my $99 commission or whatever they were making, but I didn't. I don't believe in that. Again, I have a different feeling towards this profession than most people do. So I've talked too long. I hope that I've answered some questions for you. And again, I appreciate your thought behind your points that you made. And I understand, and there's nothing vindictive about anything that you said. You came to logical conclusions that many people feel the same way you do. I get it. I understand it. So hopefully by replying to you, some other people that need to hear it will hear it. So thank you for your response to the video. Talk soon.